Most people have a smartphone glued to their hand, so why would anyone bother with a dedicated GPS unit in this day and age? That is the question hanging over the TomTom VIA 1535 TM. It is a 5-inch navigator that feels like a bit of a throwback, but once you actually mount it to the windshield, you start to see why some drivers still prefer a standalone device. The first thing you notice is the fold and go mount. It is surprisingly clever, snapping onto the glass with a solid feel that makes you realize your phone mount is probably a flimsy piece of plastic by comparison. It stays put, and that is half the battle when you are trying to navigate a busy intersection. Now, the interface is not going to win any awards for modern, sleek design. It looks a bit utilitarian, almost like something from a few years back, but it is incredibly focused. There is no social media notification popping up to distract you, and no battery drain on your phone while you are trying to find a new address. The voice recognition is actually one of the better parts of the experience. You can speak an address in one shot, and it usually gets it right on the first try, which is a relief when you are already behind the wheel and don't want to be tapping away at a screen. What really makes this thing useful is the lifetime traffic and map updates. It is one of those set-it-and-forget-it features. You aren't constantly worrying about whether your maps are outdated or if you are going to get stuck in a massive jam without a heads-up. It pulls in traffic data without bombarding you with ads, which is a nice change of pace from the free apps that seem to want to sell you something every time you stop at a red light. The coverage is solid too, spanning across the US, Canada, and Mexico, so if you are the type who likes a good road trip, it has you covered. However, it is not all perfect. The battery life is around 3 hours, which is fine for a quick trip to the store or a commute, but if you are planning a long haul, you definitely need to keep that charging cable plugged in. It is not a device you can just toss in your pocket and use on foot for hours. Also, the screen size is 5 inches. By modern standards, that is pretty small. If you are used to a massive smartphone display, this might feel a little cramped at first. You have to get used to the specific way it displays turn-by-turn instructions, which is very clear, but definitely lacks the high-resolution polish of a flagship phone. Honestly, the appeal here is the simplicity. It does one thing, and it does it without any fuss. It is a dedicated tool for people who want to keep their phone free for other things, or who just prefer a device that doesn't need a data plan to get them from point A to point B. It is not the flashiest piece of tech on the market, but for someone who just wants to get where they are going without the headache of a dying phone battery or a dropped signal, it is a reliable companion to have on the dash. It is a bit of a niche choice now, but for the right driver, it is still a solid, dependable piece of gear.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.